Have you ever felt that ache, that desperate pull to hear your grandmother's voice one more time? To know your father forgives you? To ask your lost child if they're at peace? Right now, millions of people think they're having harmless conversations with deceased loved ones. They believe they're receiving comfort, closure, and genuine spiritual guidance. But here's what they don't know. What's actually communicating through those Ouija boards, séances, and mediums isn't their grandmother, their lost child, or their departed spouse. It's something far more sinister that has been masquerading as human souls for centuries, feeding off human grief and desperation. And once you invite it in, getting it out becomes nearly impossible. What you're about to discover will fundamentally change how you view the supernatural. We're exposing one of the most dangerous spiritual practices that continues to destroy lives: spiritualism. The line between innocent curiosity and spiritual catastrophe is thinner than you think. One séance, one Ouija board session, one desperate attempt to contact someone you've lost. That's all it takes. Stay with me. You'll understand the hidden mechanics of spirit communication, the catastrophic dangers of low astral entities, and why every genuine mystic refuses to touch spiritualism. First, we need to destroy a confusion that has infected modern consciousness. Spiritualism is not spirituality. This is the difference between liberation and bondage. Spirituality is an inward journey. It's the cultivation of your inner landscape through meditation, contemplation, and ethical living. It's about raising your consciousness and connecting with the divine through your own direct experience. You are the temple. No middleman required. Spiritualism is an outward practice. It's the attempt to contact disembodied spirits, the souls of the dead, through mediums and séances. It promises messages, guidance, and proof of an afterlife. It positions you as a consumer of spiritual experiences rather than a creator of spiritual transformation. Spiritualism emerged in the 19th century through Allan Kardec, who published The Spirit's Book in 1857. He believed he could bring rational order to supernatural chaos. But even Kardec's original vision has been corrupted beyond recognition. What started as a semi-serious attempt at understanding the afterlife devolved into carnival performances, fraudulent mediums, and portals for malevolent forces. The methods reveal everything. Spirituality requires nothing but your sincere effort. Spiritualism demands external props, crystal balls, special rooms, trance states, automatic writing. It creates dependency on intermediaries who claim special access to the spirit realm. When you make your spiritual progress dependent on external validation, you surrender your sovereignty. You become vulnerable. Here's what most spiritualism advocates will never admit. The majority of spirit communication is actually the subconscious mind talking to itself. Your brain is a relentless pattern recognition machine. When you sit in a séance desperate to hear from your deceased father, your subconscious is already primed to manufacture that experience. Confirmation bias. You arrive with grief and expectations. When the medium says something vague like, "He's showing me a watch," your mind searches for connections. You remember your father wore a pocket watch. The detail doesn't match perfectly, but your desperate mind stretches it until it fits. You filter out 20 things that made no sense and fixate on the 2 that did. Auto-suggestion. You convince yourself the experience is real. The emotional charge, the candlelight, the hushed voices, creates a suggestible state where you accept interpretations you would normally question. Collective reinforcement. In group séances, this self-deception becomes contagious. One person gasps at a message, validating it for everyone else. People mutually reinforce each other's delusions, creating a shared false reality. But what about when mediums reveal impossible information? Professional mediums use cold reading, making high-probability guesses based on your appearance and reactions. I'm sensing a male presence, older, father or father figure. If you react to father, they run with it. If not, they pivot. Or perhaps a mentor, an uncle. Even when information seems impossibly specific, consider probability. In a room of 50 people, Statistical clustering guarantees some hits purely by chance. Successful hits are remembered, misses are forgotten. You cannot trust subjective spiritual experiences when you're emotionally vulnerable. Even if we accept that genuine contact with non-physical entities is possible, we face a terrifying question. Who or what are you actually contacting? According to esoteric traditions across cultures, the spiritual realms exist in layers. Not all spirits are elevated. The lowest vibrational planes are populated by beings that are confused, malicious, or actively predatory. These low astral entities feed on negative emotional energy, fear, grief, desperation. Your suffering is their sustenance. A séance, where people gather in heightened emotional states, is like ringing a dinner bell for these entities. Their primary tool is identity theft. They are masterful impersonators. They access information about deceased individuals through reading unconscious minds or making educated guesses. They use this to convincingly play the role of your loved one. Why? Because impersonation grants them access to your trust and energy field. Phase 1. Seduction. The entity validates your pain. I know you've been suffering. It provides emotionally resonant details, a shared memory, an unresolved issue. You think, only my mother would know about that. But the entity has extracted this from your subconscious or is making calculated guesses. The entity offers comfort. I'm at peace now. I forgive you. These messages create dependency on this contact for emotional relief. Phase 2. Dependency. Once trust is established, the entity encourages repeated contact. Come back next week. I have more to tell you. As you become dependent, you stop doing your own inner work. Why meditate when you can just ask the spirits? The entity has redirected your spiritual development toward external dependency. Phase 3. Escalation. The messages shift. The guidance becomes controlling and isolating. Your friends don't understand. They're holding you back. Leave your marriage. Your partner is unfaithful. Invest all your savings in this opportunity. These directives dismantle your support networks and rational decision-making. Victims find themselves isolated, financially ruined, and psychologically dependent. In extreme cases, the entity seeks possession. Symptoms include personality changes, severe depression, psychotic episodes, and loss of autonomous function. Genuine spiritual adepts and mystery school initiates universally avoid spiritualism. Not because they're close-minded, but because they understand spiritual mechanics. They recognize the deception. Advanced practitioners know the lower astral planes are a mirror realm where your thoughts and fears are reflected back, distorted by entities that exploit this confusion. They know the risks. Even if genuine contact with elevated beings is possible, mystics know it should emerge naturally through dedicated practice, not be forced through artificial rituals. Forcing contact is like performing surgery on yourself. They have superior methods. A spiritualist asks, "What should I do?" and waits for an external entity to answer. A true practitioner sits in meditation, quiets the mind, connects with their higher self, and receives insight through internal wisdom. One method makes you dependent, the other makes you sovereign. They understand historical corruption. By the late 19th century, spiritualism became entertainment. Famous mediums were exposed as con artists using trick photography. Ectoplasm was revealed to be cheesecloth. Authentic initiates saw this degradation and deliberately distanced themselves to preserve the integrity of real mystical work. If you've been involved in spiritualism, you might feel uncomfortable right now. But hear this: you are not crazy. You sought connection in the face of loss. That's fundamentally human. The problem isn't your desire for spiritual truth, it's the method you've been using. Cease all spirit communication. Stop attending séances. Put away the Ouija board. End your relationship with mediums. This isn't optional. Establish boundaries. Say out loud, "I revoke all permissions I have given to any entities to communicate with me or influence my life. I reclaim my spiritual boundaries. Your intention carries weight in the spiritual realm. Pursue authentic practice, meditation, access your own inner wisdom. Contemplative prayer, deepen your direct relationship with the divine. Ethical living, develop compassion and kindness. True spirituality is reflected in how you treat others. Study, read the wisdom of verified saints and sages who emphasize inner transformation. Process grief healthily. If loss drove you to spiritualism, understand that grief must be honored through human connection, time, and self-compassion. Trying to circumvent grief through supernatural contact only delays healing. Spiritualism offers you a shortcut. It promises contact with loved ones, all without the difficult work of genuine spiritual development. But there are no shortcuts on the spiritual path. Every authentic mystical tradition emphasizes the same principle. Real transformation requires discipline, patience, and inner work. The entities that promise easy answers are not interested in your enlightenment. They're interested in your energy, your dependency, and your destruction. Genuine mystics throughout history point toward the same truth. The divine is not out there, waiting to be contacted through theatrical rituals. The divine is within you, accessible through sincere practice. You don't need a medium. You don't need a séance. You need to wake up to your own inner light. That's the path. It's harder, it's slower, but it's real, safe, and it actually works. The choice is yours. Will you continue seeking external validation from questionable sources, or will you commit to the authentic journey within? If this video challenged you, share it. The spiritual confusion of our age demands we speak truth clearly. Until next time, stay sovereign, stay discerning, and stay true to the real path.